Hello everyone, my name is Manish Sethi. I hope you all are staying healthy. Today we are going to talk about capability approach by Amartya Kumar Sen. Amartya Kumar Sen is Indian economist, philosopher. He is known for his work in welfare economics and social choice theory and theory of economics famines. He won Nobel Prize in 1998. In his capability theory, he says poverty is not just about lack of income. In his capability theory, Amartya Kumar Sen says poverty is not just about lack of income. So, what is poverty? According to him, actually, poverty is deprivation of capabilities. Poverty is deprivation of person ability to achieve what they have reason to value. That means with the poverty, you don't have opportunity and freedom to live life with the fulfillment. Suppose your income increase, now you have more money. With this money, you have a better education and better healthcare facilities. Obviously, with better health and good education, you can earn more income, or we can say that better healthcare facility and education eventually lead to increase in income. That means now you have freedom and opportunity. You can achieve what is valuable for you. But with the poverty, or you can say that poverty is deprivation of person ability to achieve what they have reason to value, means they don't have freedom and opportunity to live life with fulfillment. According to Amartya Sen, government play a very crucial role in order to boost economic development by focusing on individual capabilities and freedom. For example, government can provide basic healthcare facilities, education facilities, can promote social justice and equality. Economic reforms in India during 1991 increase the capabilities of individual by focusing on life which they value rather than just to focus on increase in national income. Poverty as a capability deprivation. Amartya Kumar Sen expanded poverty just beyond a lack of income. According to him, unemployment rate, inequality in income, gender inequality, deprivation of basic human capabilities are also important factor to decide well-being of any person. How will you decide which country is more developed, USA or Europe? Unemployment rate is more stable and lower in USA as compared to Europe. But income inequality in Europe is lower as compared to USA. So how will you decide which country is more developed, USA or Europe? So it is very difficult to decide which country is more developed, USA or Europe. However, unemployment rate is lower in USA, but USA is facing a challenge in income equality, and Europe have a lower income inequality, but Europe is facing issue with unemployment rate. So you can't decide which country is more advanced and developed. Now we'll see poverty deprivation in India and sub-Saharan Africa. Both countries have a significant number of people with poverty. That means both countries face issue of poverty. However, life expectancy in India is higher as compared to sub-Saharan Africa country. But Odisha, which is state of India, has higher mortality rate as compared to some area of sub-Saharan Africa. Especially Ganjam district of Odisha face challenges with higher mortality rate. India has overall a high rate of literacy as compared to sub-Saharan Africa. But female literacy rate in Burman district of Rajasthan is very low as compared to some areas of sub-Saharan Africa. India is self-sufficient in food, but sub-Saharan Africa not. Both countries face malnutrition challenges, but India has a higher absolute number of malnutrition children as compared to sub-Saharan Africa. So you can't decide which country is better. From all these previous examples, this approach tries to make us understand poverty is not just a lack of income, but also deficiency in capabilities. And we can improve deficiency in capabilities through education and better healthcare facilities. Obviously, with better health and education, we can earn more, can invest more. Eventually, employment, income will increase. It will lead to economic development. Now we'll see main highlights of this theory. This theory explains differences between capabilities and functioning. Functioning means being and doing all those things which are valuable for you. Functioning means being and doing all those things which are valuable for you. For example, you are very healthy, being healthy and going to school, receiving good education. Capabilities are freedom and opportunity to receive all these functioning. Capabilities are freedom and opportunities for receiving all these functioning. This theory focus on freedom. That means this theory focus on improving well-being by increasing capabilities related to freedom. Beyond income, according to this theory, economic development not only depend on income but also wide range of capabilities like education, healthcare and political participation. Now we will see application of this theory. This theory can use global development reform in the area of education, technology and food security. This theory promotes concept of human development, so we can use this theory in the field of human development. And this is people-centered approach, focus on development of human being. Obviously, when individual grow, your human capital grow, eventually your country will also grow. Now we'll see criticism. Defining and measuring capabilities can very complex. Using capability approach into policy and programs can very challenging. For implementing this approach, we need deep understanding of a local situation and needs. It can very complex. Implementing this theory, we require so much resources, data collection and evaluation. It can also very complex. Subjectivity. Deciding which capability is most important, how to prioritize them can be subjective. So this is all about capability approach. I think you got it, and thank you so much for watching this video. Bye, take care.